All right, today we're going to try and predict the future. Well, the future of cybersecurity anyway, which is a world that moves at, unbelievable speed. And to figure out where we're headed, we first got to see how well we did predicting the recent past.
So, where do you even start when you're trying to predict the future of cyber threats? Well, it all starts with one really important question.
Before we can even start thinking about 2025, we've got to look back. We need to grade last year's predictions. So let's pull out a report card. Did we hit the bullseye, or were we completely off the mark? Okay, report card time. Let's do a quick-fire review of the 2024 predictions and see how they held up, starting with something that's changing how we all log into, well, everything.
So, prediction number 1 was a huge one, that we'd see a major move away from our old, clunky passwords toward this much more secure thing called passkeys. So, how'd that go?
Well, the numbers are just staggering. Get this, just one password manager saw its users save 4.2 million passkeys. 1 in 3 of their users are now using them, and the number of websites that even accept them literally doubled. That's not just a passing grade, that's a solid A+ for prediction 1. Next up on the report card, the dark side of AI. The forecast was that generative AI would be used to create a totally new, way more dangerous wave of phishing emails. And yep, this one absolutely came true. All those little clues we used to look for, the bad grammar, the weird spelling, they're just gone. AI can now write these perfectly crafted, super personalized emails that are honestly scarily convincing. Prediction number 3 was all about the malicious use of deepfakes. The concern was that this technology would get good enough to be used for some really sophisticated fraud and impersonation. And this is where it gets truly alarming. Just 2 months after that prediction was made, this number, $25 million, was stolen from a single company. An employee was tricked by a deepfake video call that looked and sounded exactly like their CFO. This wasn't just a prediction coming true, it was a nightmare scenario playing out in the real world. Okay, the last prediction we're going to review was about this really weird quirk with generative AI, its tendency to confidently just make things up, to hallucinate. And this slide illustrates it perfectly. A user asks the AI a simple question. The AI messes up, giving an answer that would shatter a world record. But look what happens when it gets called out. The AI actually fixes its own mistake. This just goes to show the hallucination problem is very real. So with that, the 2024 report card looks pretty solid, which gives us a credible foundation to look ahead. So with a solid report card in hand, let's look ahead. What are the cybersecurity trends shaping up for 2025 and beyond? As you're about to see, AI is still right at the very center of the storm.
You know that Mark Twain quote? It's perfect here. The threats we're about to discuss aren't entirely new, but they are evolving in really dangerous new ways, rhyming with the trends we've just seen.
First up is the rise of shadow AI. You see, AI is so accessible now that employees are using it everywhere, often without any official approval. The problem? Every single one of these unmanaged tools becomes a potential backdoor, a massive blind spot for security teams. The threat is coming from inside the house.
We already saw the damage early deepfakes did in 2024, but that was just the preview. The technology is evolving. It's becoming hyper-realistic and accessible to pretty much anyone, and its impact is spreading far beyond just financial fraud.
And this is the deepfake ripple effect. It's not just business fraud anymore. It's spreading into politics, with robocalls interfering in elections, and it's hitting the justice system, where a video of a crime could be dismissed just because it might be a deepfake. The core problem is that this technology is challenging our very definition of truth. This leads us to a pretty chilling question. We know AI can write code, but can it write malicious code? Can it find and exploit vulnerabilities all on its own? The answer is a resounding yes. Look at this. One study found that if you give a vulnerability to an AI, it could generate working exploit code 87% of the time. Think about that. An attacker doesn't even need to be a skilled coder anymore. They just need to be a skilled prompter. And the attacks aren't just using AI, they're targeting AI itself. The #1 threat, according to the Open Worldwide Application Security Project, is prompt injection. This is basically social engineering for an AI, tricking it into bypassing its own safety rules and doing things it was designed not to do. It's a daunting picture, I know, but it's not hopeless. The same technology creating these threats also holds the key to our defense. It's time to fight AI with AI.
We are right in the middle of a new kind of arms race. While attacker AI is busy generating malware and deepfakes, Defender AI is working to analyze threats in real time, suggest the most effective responses, and automate routine tasks to free up the human experts. Finally, looking even further ahead, there's a threat that's not about AI, but is just as urgent: quantum computing. The harvest now, decrypt later strategy is simple. Adversaries, especially nation-states, are stealing massive amounts of encrypted data today. They can't read it now, but they are betting that in 5 or 10 years, a quantum computer will exist that can just break that encryption. This makes the transition to quantum-safe cryptography a race against time that we need to start running now. So, those are some of the major trends on the horizon, from shadow AI to the quantum threat. We've covered a lot of ground, looking at how past predictions inform our view of the future. But my crystal ball isn't the only one that matters.
And that brings us to the final question, which I'm turning over to you. As technology evolves at this breakneck pace, what do you see as the next big challenge in cybersecurity? What does your crystal ball show? Let us know. Thanks for watching.